Hey, and welcome, B-Siders, to a brand new episode of my podcast where we are using music to shine a bit of a different angle on our life and trying to enrich it in a different way by using music, of course. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about self-love and how music can play its part in us cultivating that self-love a little bit more. Why am I using self-love as a topic on today's episode? Well, I got inspired by my last guest episode, which was with the wonderful Barbara, who runs the BTS Australia Army Facebook group. She has been on and shared her journey into finding the love for herself again and how BTS have inspired her to really look at herself and putting herself first. This got me pondering a little bit about, well, how is that for me in my life? How am I doing or practicing self-love? And if I'm not really doing it, why? And how can I improve that a little bit? So this is how I got here. And let's start with myself. And if for those of you who have been following my journey a little bit, then know that personal growth and self-development is a huge part of who I am and what I'm doing, as well as being an introvert. The emotion inside our life is always a little bit more active, I would say. We're us introverts, no matter what scale of introverts you are, we're always more involved in our own emotions, I would say. So obviously there's been a lot of thinking going on in my head since recording the episode, since editing the episode with my guest Barbara, who's on episode 69, if you want to check it out. And yes, I've asked my community on Facebook as well, self-love and music, how important is it? So it's been a really incredible journey just to dig into that a little bit more and finding out a little bit more how music can help us with that. So this is how I ended up here recording this episode for you guys. Now, the definition of self-love, I guess, will be the same for everybody, but then it's not. But in a nutshell, I do believe self-love literally is the act of taking care of yourself and your needs so that your cup is as full as it can be and you can use the overflow to help others, to be there for others. So be able to do that, you need to obviously love yourself first, look after yourself first, because if you can't do that, you can't run a car on empty, right? So self-love is about looking after yourself and showing yourself the care and the love that you would show anyone that you care about, like your parents, your husband, your wife, your partner, your best friend. You love them. So you show them how much you love them in different ways. And that's what we should do to ourselves too. But that can obviously be a bit tricky. We know that because we always kind of put ourselves last, don't we? It's just kind of how we are being programmed. I don't know if it's maybe by society, maybe the way that we've been brought up. There's so many factors that impact the self-love we're showing us. So I guess the first thing that I'm looking at, and I hope it might inspire you to do the same, is to look at what kind of self-love am I showing myself? How often do I do it? Do I do it at all? If I don't, why not? So there's a lot of self-reflection going on, I guess, at first that you need to do. And I guess the song More Than Words by Extreme, I feel is very fitting, even though, again, and I do that a lot with my songs that I pick, is it's not so much the meaning of the song, obviously, is more around two people in love. And the guy says to the girl, I want you to show me that you love me, not by saying I love you, but by actions. And I find that so to be true for ourselves too. Show yourself you love yourself. Don't just look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love you. Obviously, that works because you're programming your subconscious mind to really start to acknowledge that love I have to show myself it's needed. But I also feel that just saying things is not going to change nothing. It has to be followed by action. So more than words are needed to show ourselves that we appreciate ourselves, that we love ourselves. And music is, I really believe, a great tool to do that. Hence the song More Than Words. And they do talk about, if you look up the lyrics, they do say, if I would take the words away, how could you show me you love me? So I want you to think about it like this. If I would take the words away, if you couldn't say to yourself, I love you, how would you show yourself that you love yourself? And this is where, this is so great with music. Obviously, you could use music to provoke an emotion in yourself to show yourself that you love yourself, which brings me obviously to the part where how can music help us with this process of loving ourselves and taking small action towards showing ourselves that we care about ourselves. So here are a few suggestions that you might be able to use in your own life that are linked to music. So it might be a little bit more fun, a bit more creative. It feels maybe a little bit less daunting as well, because loving ourselves, and trust me, I'm still in the same process, it can be daunting because we seem to always put ourselves last, and then putting ourselves first can be daunting because it means also setting boundaries, saying no to more things, and just being really aware of ourselves and how we react and feel, and how we fit into the world that we live in. So obviously the first thing, and it's funny how music can help us with that, is writing things down. So journaling, pick a couple of songs or one song that really resonates with you about self-love or love in general, and use that to just ponder on, why is it resonating so much with me? When that artist sings about love, why do I feel so connected to that? What emotions is it triggering? Is it because I'm lacking something and I want that, and that's why I'm so attracted to that song? Or is it because it's really describing how I am feeling about myself right now? Journaling is great. If you're not into writing, the other option I could suggest to you is record it. There's so many ways you can record your voice these days, so there's no excuse not to do it. There's so many tools and apps out there where you can record yourself. There's voice recorders on your phone. There's Zoom where you can record yourself. There's so many apps out there. So yeah, go and try it. That really gives you a good starting point or an overview where you're at in your self-love journey. The other thing as well is sometimes we need to be quiet to actually hear ourselves. And the best way to do that is if you can go out into nature, so take a walk, sit on a bench or sit under a tree, and just absorb the stillness, the quietness, which in its essence is music. And then you will obviously start to hear your own thoughts and everything. So just be a bit more observant around that. And then I would suggest go and either journal on that and but just awareness of how you think about yourself, what thoughts you're having about yourself. Doing that in nature, because nature is so nurturing and calming and supportive, is a great way to do it. Song lyrics can be such great mantras to use in your daily life. So if you have a song that really resonates with you, that really helps you going through a phase of where you want to connect closer to your own self, where you want to really practice self-love, if you have a favorite artist that maybe has a song around that, then use that as your mantra. So maybe use it when you wake up in the morning, put that song on and just consciously listen to that for 5 minutes. If you want to, if you're in the gym and you want to practice a bit more self-love, put that song on that really hits it home. I am worthy. I appreciate myself. I love myself the way I am, even though I'm in the gym and I want to, tone up, whatever it is. Create a playlist of songs that talk about self-love and why it's important. So using songs and lyrics as a mantra is a great way also to start connecting that with yourself. Dancing, oh my God, guys, dancing and moving around to music is helping you to start appreciate your body, the movements, how fluid you are, how you can express yourself. Close your eyes if you have to. I mean, the amount of times I literally danced in the shower or coming out of the shower and there's a really good tune on and I've just got my bath towels around me and I'm just like, yeah, grooving it out in the bathroom. I've lost count of how many times I did that. It's such a great feeling to express yourself. And that also then feeds into accepting yourself and appreciating yourself and loving yourself. And use music to celebrate yourself. Every milestone, everything that needs celebrating, or even if you want to ugly cry, put a tune on, because at the end of the day, doing these things and allowing yourself to express your emotions, again, it feeds into this appreciation of yourself, accepting yourself, and then loving yourself. And the other thing that I do a lot is I'm looking for songs that show me where I am right now and how I can start this change to where I want to be, how to release what I need to release and then move into this state that I want to be in. And boy and girls and whoever else is out there, human souls, beautiful souls, there are so many artists that talk about this journey of love and loving yourself and accepting yourself and being your own hero and things like that. Oh, I could give you so many examples, and I will do too. Don't watch out for this at the end of this episode. Just use that as your like a power source, because at the end of the day, yes, you have to do the work on yourself. You have to make the changes. You have to start to accept who you are. No matter who you are, how you look, whatever else it is. But there's always music and artists out there that can really help you with that. The other thing as well that I've noticed with myself is, and it's a suggestion again for myself, look for ways if you're getting stressed out, just thinking about, oh, loving myself, it's freaking me out, I can't do that. Then you might have to calm down your nervous system, because you don't want to be in fight or flight all the time. So there's a lot of good frequency music out there. And obviously take that with a little bit of a pinch of salt. You got to test it out if it works for you or not. I'm not saying it works for everybody. But I know that sometimes if I am feeling really stressed out and I can tell my nervous system is really at like level 200, if I put a meditation type of music on that helps me calm my nervous system down, that means I can actually see myself a bit clearer too. Oftentimes we're in this state of probably overreacting. So we need to calm ourselves down so we can actually really see ourselves for who we are and not who we think we are when we're stressed out or upset. But the most important thing is baby steps will get you there. Don't think you have to love yourself in the next 5 minutes. And trust me, loving yourself is not something that has an end date or there's like a goal or a finish line that we cross, because life changes. So we change. So we have to learn to love the version of ourselves that we are right now. And then we can move forward and there will be changes again. So it's an ever evolving and ever changing path we are on. And I guess in a nutshell, loving ourselves is who we are right now at this moment in time and being less judgmental of ourselves. And also start implementing the needed things for us so that we put ourselves first and we don't feel guilty about doing that, because we know if we put ourselves first, if we nurture ourselves, if we love ourselves, if we look after ourselves, we can then help more people do the same. We can help our partner feel more in love with themselves. We can help our parents really be in love with themselves. And it will then spread like a ripple effect throughout the world. And guys, we truly need more love and understanding in this world right now. There's so much happening that blows my mind, and having people around you who are supportive and loving of you because they love themselves so much that they want to share that love with everybody else, I think is really, really super important right now. I hope these tips have given you a bit of an idea around maybe looking at self-love a little bit more. You know, why is self-love important? Because you are important. You've been put here on this planet for a reason. And whilst our purpose may vary in I wouldn't say significance because we all matter, but some people, they're here on this planet to love themselves and others have a different purpose. But at the end of this day, we all matter, and we all should try to appreciate ourselves and love ourselves a little bit more. And guys, I know this sounds cliche, and I still have a long way to go of fully appreciating myself and loving myself. I am a work in progress. However, I'm learning that it's not selfish to put my needs first, because then I'm in a better position to support and love others. And this is a process I'm still going through. I'm learning so much about it, and it will continue to be like this. So don't feel guilty if you can't do it the way you feel like you should be doing it. Just start and use music along the way to support you with that. Please do, because music is amazing. So many artists pour their heart and soul into their craft, into their songs. And if they knew how much it can help you on your journey with loving yourself and treating yourself like you truly matter, I think they would really, I think they would be over the moon about that. Which brings me to what I've mentioned earlier on about creating playlists of self-love songs. I have started to create one together with my B-Sider community in my Facebook group. They've given me some suggestions, and I've put my own on there as well. So please, I've put the link in the description. I would love for you to go and check it out. And if you have any that you would like me to add, then please get in touch with me, and I will add it. I will obviously add it to the playlist, and I would love for us to spread the love far and wide by using music and artists that, you know, really can help us on this journey that we're on about self-love. Because you matter, you're important, and you need to look after yourself first and foremost, because if you don't, we can't help each other, and we can't share the love in this world, right? Okay, so thanks for tuning in. I always would love to have your feedback if you have that. If you enjoyed this episode, maybe share it with a friend who could listen to some of these words that I'm saying, to some of the messages I'm spreading, and to some of the songs I've mentioned. Obviously, Extreme Modern Words, beautiful song. Please go and check it out. It's an acoustic version. It's been one of my favorite rock ballads ever. But you know, if you can take that message that I'm trying to say through this song today, that's great. If not, you might have another song that fits that exactly right. For now, thanks for tuning in. Please share the love with others, and come and join me over on Facebook if you're on there. If not, then just at least join me here and pop in again for my next episode, which will be out very shortly. Until then, I'm sending you much music and love. Bye for now.